Hello again, everyone. This is Zombie Kids Rule, and I'm back with another Steam Deck gameplay video. This time, I'm going to test out Heads Will Roll Downfall, and I believe this is a free-to-play game. This particular one. It is unknown according to Valve so far, and I see this one being updated pretty recently. It is released October 20th, 2022, so this is pretty brand new. Developers 1917 Studios, publisher looks like Valkyrie Initiative, and according to the store page, which yep, it still says unknown. So I have noticed a discrepancy sometime between one screen and another as far as compatibility goes. But it Heads Will Roll Downfall, and let's see. So mostly positive for reviews, 73% of 163, but it's only been out for like a week, so you know that it's got quite a bit of reviews for only being out for a week. It is free to play, and I can't remember now if there's a different game that is coming out based on this developer or not. I can't remember. So anyway, I don't even remember how I came across this, but we're gonna. I think I checked it out on the Steam Deck. I got 4 minutes of playtime, so as I recall, I think it played. So let's find out. Heads Will Roll Downfall, and let's see how it does. I like the size of the wording there. Makes it very easy to read for the Steam Deck. I like that. I appreciate it. That's the whole reason I bought a 17-inch gaming laptop, was because I wanted the biggest screen possible. Okay, so we got background music. We have new game, high scores, load, preferences, language, about, credits, and quit. So let's see. This game was just updated to version 1.8. The full changelog can be viewed. Saves should still be compatible, but it's generally suggested to start a new playthrough. Okay. So using the D-pad, I can highlight the different things using not the mouse. Okay, so save screenshot as it looks like that was making a screenshot. Oh, ooh, what's that? Interesting. Let's get out of here. I don't know what's going on there, but whoo! So the D-pad is changing the options, and let's see if the mouse also works. So the in-game mouse seems to be moving by your trackpad or your joystick. So let's just see preferences. Okay, I use the right trigger. So display window to full screen, skip, unseen text, after choices, transitions. I'm not going to do any of those. Mature content on or off. Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't realize this was a mature game, but let's turn it on just to see. Text speed is all the way up. Auto forward time is in the middle, so I don't know exactly what that's doing. Music, sound, and voice volume, and then you have a mute all, so you could, in theory, just get rid of it versus, I guess, turning it down. And then, let's see, I could press return, but let's see. So once I'm in this screen, I'm not able to use the D-pad to navigate, but that's okay. So let's press return. And now I'm using the D-pad again. Let's see if that works. So let's go to language and click the right trigger. No. So language A, no. So it looks like even though you can move your choices, it looks like the mouse is what's actually being active. So English and Russian. Okay, so let's just start a new game. See what happens. What's your name? Oh no. So alright, so what's my name? We're going to do Steam X to pull up the keyboard. And let's see if this works, because this is one of the things that I've seen as problems in some games where we're just going to do zombie. Alright, choose your difficulty. Yep, sure enough, there it is, zombie. So the text is a little small. It's not impossible to read. It is a little small. So choose your difficulty. Easy, and I do appreciate this. You hover over it, it gives you information about it. Less challenging melee, less challenging mode that will allow you to enjoy the story without worrying about survival. Enemies are handicapped. Stamina always recovers successfully. Gold rewards are more generous. More time in between battles. Game can be saved at any time, which I'm a big fan of anytime saving, just because often I have to just stop playing without much notice. Warning, profile does not level up. Okay, so apparently your profile levels up. Normal, moderate difficulty, offer a real challenge, fair fights. Game can be saved in between battles, so that's not bad. I don't mind that. No increased gold rewards, no bonus time in between battles. Warning, profile does not level up. Heads will roll, that's the highest difficulty. Authentic HWR heads will roll experience. Brutal and unforgiving. No advantage in fights. No increased gold rewards. No bonus time in between battles. Crafting requires recipes. Game saves automatically. Each death levels up your profile. Okay, I see how this is going. I'm just going to go with normal. You are level 0, 0 of 10 until level 1, rank militiaman, character generation points 50. So I'm just going to click normal. Create your character, create random. So I don't see any other choices, so create random. And let's see, character generation. So we've got zombie, health 35, stamina 35, stamina recovery 10, fatigue recovery 4, virtue. So you hover over, let's see, hover over virtue, and it tells you this parameter represents how virtuous you are in the eyes of people surrounding you, thus altering their perception of you as a person, enabling or disabling certain interactions. Also increases fatigue recovery during praying. Reaching certain thresholds will provide additional bonuses. Again, I will just say the text is a little small. It's not unreadable, but for me, it could certainly result in some eye strain if I, had to read this for a long time. My virtue is, this is hard to read. I think it's 50 out of 100. Again, that the numbers themselves are very tiny. Physical attributes. You've got strength. And when you hover over it, it does tell you what essentially that attribute is used for. For instance, strength is required to wield heavy weapons and perform powerful attacks like shield bashes or overhead strikes. It also determines how heavy are the injuries that you inflict onto enemies and increases your inventory size, so how much you can carry. Agility, endurance, coordination, vitality, craftsmanship. Okay, so most of those are fairly common to RPG type games. Weapon skills, you have swords, axes and maces, pole arms, and crossbows. Those are your choices. And it doesn't look like I can do anything as far as changing those manually. Preferences, I guess, takes me to preferences. Back takes me back. So roll random. Okay, there we go. So this does not allow you to manipulate your own character. You basically are getting a random character regardless. So like for instance this one, the health and stamina didn't change, stamina recovery didn't change, fatigue recovery didn't change. My virtue went down to 34 out of 100. Strength, it gave me 2, agility 1, coordination 1, the other ones are zeros, and it gave me 1 in axes and maces, and the rest are 0. And for starting items, let's see if I click on something. Okay, it does tell me what it is when I click on it. So it gave me a hand axe. It tells you the damage, the regular attack, what stamina is required, special attack stamina, the length, attacks, prestige. So strength required is 2, agility required is 1, which is probably why it gave me that. It's one-handed. And then let's see, this is a poor man's pouch. Okay, definitely won't fit much. Pouches can be used to store consumables and ammunition, making them accessible in battle. Item capacity is 4, so I can basically have 4 things in there. And then, again, you have to click this again to make it go away. And then I have an iron helm, right? So it gives me helmet armor, head cover, neck cover, prestige, so those are 0. Agility penalty 1, endurance penalty 1, CRD, that might be, I'll have to go back. something like coordination penalty of 0. And there is a close button. So there is a close. I can close it that way, or you can close it by simply reselecting. This is curious because, again, I don't think. No, I'm clicking on these different things. This tells me that there is such thing as armor, but it's not letting me look at it, at least in this screen. So we'll see about that. Again, I could roll random, and I got probably a hand axe again. No, woodcutter's axe, so that's a little differently. And coin pouch, right? And now this time my strength is 4, my agility is 2, and then the rest are zeros. Sword is 1, axes and maces are 1, and then the other ones are 0. My virtue is 60. So anyway, you could continue to randomly roll, but it's not like you can create your own character. I'm going to go ahead and proceed. Being the youngest son of an impoverished merchant, you never had any particular ambitions about your future, and never in your wildest dreams had you imagined yourself becoming a warrior. Press tab to skip text. Let's just go ahead and click. Living a poor but steady life. Let's see if it automatically, it jumps to the end. That's good. From a young age, found solace in hard and honest physical labor, never asking for much. You were happy to spend your days working and evenings partying with friends at a local tavern, letting wine and ale wash away your sweat. It was one of those evenings that turned your whole world upside down. Drunken brawls at the tavern were not uncommon, especially when the place was visited by some fancy-dressed outsiders with fat wallets and bad manners. The locals didn't take kindly to this kind of strangers. That night it was the sheriff's youngest son with his buddies, showed up at the tavern, loud, haughty, full of usual obnoxious swagger. Immediately started to boast about how he and his family owned all of Greenwich, telling stories about riches of his father, countless men killed by his older brother, a bloodthirsty duelist. They were almost openly asking for an ass whooping. This time, however, it didn't end with a simple fist fight. Things escalated, and soon after first hands were thrown, people started reaching for clubs and knives. You reached for yours too. It was not really clear who had landed the blow that killed the sheriff's son, but it were you who had to pay for it. A couple of hours later that same night, armed people dragged you out of your own house, throwing you into Greenwich jail. The sheriff paid you a personal visit, and after a rather brief half-hour beating, promised you that you'd be hanged by the next noon. At dawn, using the carelessness of the sleepy guards who were taking you to see the judge, you escaped. A day later, hungry and dirty, you arrived in London with no idea where to go. You came across a wagon of loyal recruiters, agitating local beggars and drunkards to join militia of the King's army that was about to set out north and to wage war against the invading Scots. Finding yourself in the middle of a strange city with no friends or money, but with a hefty bounty on your head, you didn't really had much of a choice. If you had to, whoops, I clicked too early. I clicked too early. I guess that's the danger of clicking to get through see all the text at once. Welcome to Heads Will Roll Downfall. Soon you will embark on your first adventure, but before you do it, we have to warn you, not all risks are worth taking and not all fights are worth fighting. Blindly charging forward without considering the circumstances and consequences is the fastest way to get yourself killed. Heads Will Roll will try to present the player with a lot of difficult choices, but your answers will never be right or wrong. There is always something to lose and something to gain, no matter the choice. A good strategy for success is to approach the adventures with the goal of simply surviving rather than becoming a hero. Don't go on dangerous endeavors if you're not confident in your success, as you may be severely punished for unpreparedness. Some quests will be failed. Some characters you meet will grow to hate or despise you. Sometimes you will have to flee from a battle in order to save your life. Don't let these things bother you too much, as your real purpose is to make it to the very end in one piece. And the last but not least, remember to keep track of time. Training, shopping, adventuring, and completing quests will all consume it. Neglect one too much in favor of the others, and you're in for unpleasant surprises. Oh dear. Alright, so now I'm at my this menu screen. Army Camp London, time till next story event. So this is a green bar leading to story event. So you have train, trade, camp physician, camp activities. Character, crafting, quests and travel, save. So let's look what character is. So it has all the same stuff you could see in character creation. It adds a army rank, reputation among soldiers, and reputation with the Earl of Northampton, and active effects, fresh. So fresh 1, fatigue 0. Fatigue builds up with every action a character takes. As it reaches higher levels, the character becomes increasingly less combat effective. So that's your that is your character. Now, to get back, let's see, how do you get back? Oh, right here, back, I guess. Whoops, you know what? There was more. Character, inventory. So this is where you see what you started with, and you have your body part. So now is where you can see your head, neck, body, limbs, and then you have your pouch. Looks like okay, here's your, okay, yeah, there's your pouch. Okay, and then this this is your pouch, and I'm not sure, maybe these are quick draw, I'm not sure what those are. Relationships, so you don't have, here you can see your relationship status with various romantic interests. Ooh. Once your relationship meter with a certain character reaches 100, full bar, you can click on the character's name in order to access the memories. So you don't have any relationships yet. Renown, enemies defeated, you don't have any. And then back. So that's a character. Crafting. Oh, there we go. So no alchemist tools, no sewing kit. So there's that. You don't have anything to do. So craft knives. So no daggers, no poisons. Craft bolts. No quarrel heads, no poison. Craft items. No tools. Recipes. So let's see. There's bandage, tourniquet, canteen, antidote, unreliable poison, medicine, leather belt, leather boots, sack. I think you can click on this and, yeah, scroll it down. There we go. And I'm holding the right trigger now. Let's see. Leather sheath, water skin, aseptic bandage, strong homebrew poison, antidote 2, potent medicine, antidote 3, coagulant, liquid death. So it looks like those are the recipes to begin with. So go back. So that was that. Quests and travel. So you have your quests, you have your travel, and okay, and look, scavenge. I'm not going to do that yet. Back. So let's see. Let's try train. Through training, you can improve your various skills and attributes of your character. Keep in mind that training both consumes time and rapidly builds up fatigue. If you do not want to start the battle in a disadvantageous position, then do not forget to properly rest. Okay, so let's see. Physical workouts. I guess that's just your attributes. Weapons training, swords, solo practice, sparring, training with a coach. Axes and maces, same options. Polearm, same options. Crossbows, solo practice, and training with a coach. So, you know what? Let's just try swords. Let's see, solo practice. Increases your sword fighting skill by 1. Skill limit 10. Very exhausting. Sparring. Increase your sword fighting skills by 1. Skill limit 20. Moderately exhausting. Training with a coach. Increases your skill by 1. Costs 35 florins, so you got to pay for it. Moderately exhausting. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. So crossbows, increase your proficiency by 1. Lightly exhausting. You know, let's just see what crossbow solo practice is. You became proficient with crossbows. So you didn't do anything. It just happened. And this is my fatigue. I'm tired now. And okay, all right. So I'm tired. Let's try. So let's see. Very exhausting. Don't want to do anything very exhausting. Let's just get out of there. So go back. I'm a little. Oh, hi there. Hi there. Hey you. Yes you. I don't remember seeing you before. Whose squad are you from? Zombie. Nobody's. I just arrived. So you are from the townspeople. Did you fall for recruiters' fairy tales, dreaming of gold, glory, and adventure? Something like that. What you say I shouldn't have? Well, judging by your appearance, you definitely won't become poorer, even if you try hard. Can't lose what you don't have, and here you will definitely have at least some kind of money. So I like when money looms on the horizon, and the further away from here this horizon is, the better. When do we set out? Ha! For the first time in my life I see a militiaman who's raring to go, and we haven't even paid you a penny yet. The sergeant will definitely like you. We plan to march in 4 or 5 days when the rest of the carts with food are brought up. A few more days. I suggest you make use of this time. Focus on your physical training, or maybe take a couple of fencing lessons from someone around here. And please come up with something more decent to wear. Or else you'll be laughing stock for the Scots. In short, try not to let your first fight be your last. Thanks for the advice, but I'm afraid I can't afford spending on equipment right now. Oh, right, speaking about money, all recruits are entitled to a salary. No gold mountains, that's for sure, but you'll certainly get a couple of florins for ale and pants without patches. Sounds very enticing. All right, then, find me when you have a look around, and I'll take you to the sergeant. Deal. By the way, my name is Ruffin. Don't shake the air, my friend. Save your breath. See if you'll be still alive a week later, then you'll tell me. Okay, so that was an interaction. So let's go to camp activities. In the camp, you can spend your time to relax, relieve your stress, and hang out with other soldiers while performing various activities. All of them help relieve stress in their own way and by different amounts, so it would be wise to try all of them and see the results for yourself. In addition to that, the camp also serves as an important social hub where you can gather information and receive tasks from other characters. This is hang around. So, hang around fire, gamble, drink, pray, socialize. So, let's see. We're not going to try all these, but let's see. Hang around fire. You spend some time hanging out and wandering around. Okay. I didn't rest any. Let's see. How about pray? You spend time in solitude and prayer. I still didn't rest. Socialize. No, you know what? Let's go back. Let's see. Camp position. So injuries, trade, interact. Here you can use the help of a medical specialist to treat your heavy wounds and injuries. Untreated injuries might become permanent and unbearable over time. Okay. I still don't see where I can rest. So, character. There was no resting option here. And it's not in crafting, it's not quest and travel. Trade. Searching for available trade offers will consume some of your time and produce several options. You can perform this action multiple times to find more items. I don't think I have any money. So there's a way to shop. Looks like you can re-roll inventory space. I don't need money, so I'm getting out of here. And no, there we go. Well, did you settle in? Let's go. It's time for you to meet the sergeant. But I didn't rest yet. Ha, so this is the guy who was eager to go to war. He's the one. I haven't even said a word about the salary, and he already asked me when we were setting off. Really, in a hurry to die for the faith of the king, boy? How commendable. Well, let's not pull the mare by the tail then. I have no idea where you came from. However, since Ruffin has already kind of picked you up, I guess you are enlisted to us now. Welcome to the Earl Northampton's squad. Give my respects to the Earl. Would he maybe like to pay me a salary though? I thought about it and decided that it wouldn't hurt if I acquire some money. Boy, and I thought you were different. It's feudalism, my friend. Don't ask what the Earl can do for you. Ask what you can do for the Earl. Words of gold, Ruffin. Maybe. However, the guy is right. A scrawny ragamuffin like you, zombie, could sure use some equipment. Otherwise, you ought to be crossed off the squad's list even before the ink with which your name was written there dries. 40 florins received. You have been promoted to militiaman. Okay, well, that's not much. Don't get smart with me, son. You should be thankful that you got anything at all. You have all the delights of royal service and army life ahead of you. Free meals, friendly colleagues, outdoor work, and lots of travel. Solid benefits. It's you who should pay to experience such things, not the other way around. And we even offer opportunities for career growth. The Earl notices good people, so if you prove yourself, then who knows, you might get out of the mud. The Earl looks after his people, that's for sure. So enough of your jibber jabber. Prepare yourself and get ready to march. Consider yourself well done if you get out of the first battle alive, and I will even personally shake your hand if you manage to kill someone. Well, and if you kill 2, then I might even stop thinking of you as a useless scrub. New quest added: useless scrub. That's great. So, am I tired yet? Did I replenish? Let's train. No, I did not replenish. So I don't know how to rest. Let's spar somebody. Your sword fighting skill has increased. Okay. And my fatigue is 5. I'm exhausted. And so, okay, great. Now, how do I unexhaust myself? Let's see. So, camp activities. Let's see what hang around the campfire does. You spend some time hanging around. I think it took away a little bit. Yeah, it is. It is taking away some of my fatigue. That's interesting. Socialize. Ruffin and Sergeant. I'll socialize with Ruffin. Zombie, how's life treating you? Getting settled at the camp? Yes, everything's fine. No, I need help. Yes, everything's fine. Doing fine. Well, that's great. It's not easy to get used to life in camp, but once you do, you'll feel at home in your tent. First-timers always find it difficult to adapt, but over time you'll learn what's what. Although many recruits, on the contrary, are rather delighted. Here they get food, water, and even money. The only downfall is that sometimes you have to fight. But believe me, you have way more chances to kick the bucket from typhus and diarrhea than from the Scottish spear. So no need to be afraid. Let's see. I have no place to store things. I need advice on training. I would like to make extra money. Let's see. I have no place to store things. I've encountered an unexpected problem. I ran out of place to store my belongings. Well, no, I really didn't. But what do you mean you ran out of place? What do you even have to store? You don't really strike me as a dashing warrior who's got lots of necessary armor and equipment. So if when you say belongings, you mean a collection of pretty pebbles or sturdy sticks, then you found around camp, then it's better to just throw all this rubbish into the Thames. It's an army camp, not a peasant's. But remember, but lucky you, I guess I actually should have a chest lying somewhere around here. It is in fact the old Tom's chest. But given that Tom was hanged for boozing, let's say he passed his stuff on, and I inherit it, so to speak. So yes, I'm ready to settle on a token payment of half 100 florin for this thing. I don't think I have half 100 florin. So let's see, I'd buy the chest. Buy for 50 florins. Yes. You don't have enough money. Okay, so it's smart enough to do that. I want to make some extra money. Actually, I'd love to earn some extra money. Extra money? It's all about money with you lately. I had no idea you were materialistic like this, my friend. That's an L for you? That's a L for you, maybe? Come on, don't pout. Everybody needs money. I understand. Check out the traveling forge. There should always be work there in theory, but keep in mind that if your hands grow out of your ass, then you won't be able to earn much money. These are probably foreign expressions, perhaps. At best, you will be an errand boy. Bring this, give that, and nip around for wine. I don't mind running for wine, actually. Well, who would doubt? Anyway, a forge is a forge. After all, maybe you will learn something there in a month or two, and with your hands straightened, you'll be able to earn decent money. Okay. Alright, so back. So let's see. Now, blacksmith. I can go to the blacksmith. Let's go to the blacksmith. At the camp forge, you can get full or partial repairs of your equipment. Partial repairs will cost less, but may lead to a worsening of some of the items' protective qualities. Only those items that are in your inventory can be repaired. You can also pick up side jobs. Physical labor is quite hard and exhausting, causing, unlike other activities in the camp, a rise in your fatigue level, but such work, however, allows you to increase the craftsmanship skill as well as earn money. The amount you get paid is determined by your crafting skill. Work at the forge has been added to your list of activities available in the camp. Okay, cool. I can repair, I don't need to. So now I go back to camp activities, and now I have work at forge. So, okay, so I'm going to stop right there because I'm not going to do this until we get up to the leaving event. But I think you get the picture. This is a in-game mouse type of of interaction. So using the trackpad, or in theory the joystick, the right trigger to select, and that seems to be the way the controls, I should say, or the interactions are. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And let's see, preferences, main menu, there's an empty slot. So wow, you've got at least 9 pages of empty slots. So that's quite a bit of saves. That's good. And I'm going to go ahead and not return. I'm going to quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, I am. Okay, so that is Heads Will Roll Downfall. Again, it seems perfectly playable on the Steam Deck, and it is free to play. I'll have to go back and look and see if perhaps the developer is trying to entice you into another game. I don't recall, because I can't remember how this popped up and how I found it. But anyway, it is very, very new. Right, it's like a week old or so. It is free to play. Heads Will Roll Downfall. Seems to be fairly interesting. A little bit of the text is small, hard to read, and I will say that there is some perhaps awkward translation. So I'm guessing that this is probably, since your languages are English and Russian, I'm guessing it was probably made by a Russian developer, and that it was translated into English. That's what I'm guessing. But so there is a little bit of awkward English wording and English grammar, but nothing major. It's certainly not going to distract me, so that's not a problem. Definitely will play through this entire game, I guess. It is free, so I'll definitely play through it and then see if there's anything else after that. So anyway, I hope this is helpful, folks. I'm glad you found my channel. If these videos are helpful, if you appreciate the effort that I'm putting into these, because like I said before in other videos, these videos take about an hour, close to an hour and a half to do, because it's not just the recording time, but then the files are so large because of the way they're being recorded that it takes a significant amount of time to upload these to YouTube. So it's taking a fair amount of time to upload these videos. So I do hope they're helpful to somebody. That's pretty much why I'm doing them. And I'm going through my library anyway. I'm going through all these to see if I'm going to be able to play them on the Steam Deck or not. So anyway, again, I hope this is helpful. If these are helpful, and if you appreciate what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, get notification, leave comments. I respond to pretty much all the comments that I see, and I'll try to get some more videos up this weekend. And other than that, happy gaming, everyone. If you have a Steam Deck, I hope you're loving it. If you do have a Steam Deck, let me know. Or if you're contemplating buying one and that's why you're looking at these videos, let me know. And I'll see everybody later. Thanks. Bye.